significant part of the domain knowledge from cybersecurity that is needed for cybersecurity data science is malware static analysis. So let's talk about that in more detail. In static analysis, we perform any and every type of analysis of a piece of software that does not require actually executing it. The strengths of static analysis are that it's usually fast, it is system independent. For instance, you're not going to get one result on Windows and another on a Mac. It doesn't require you resetting your environment when you perform an analysis, unlike dynamic analysis. On the other hand, there are a lot of things that it will not detect, and it is arguably easier to obfuscate malicious code when it is only statically analyzed. There are many techniques for static analysis. There's hashing, which takes the whole file and converts it into one signature string. The signature string allows you to discern whether two files which appear very similar might actually differ, because if they differ just a tiny bit, then the hash will be completely different, with some special exceptions like similarity preserving hashes. Another technique is looking at embedded strings, which can reveal URLs and other information. One can analyze the byte code, the byte sequence that comprises the software that you're looking at. In the case of PE files, one can study their structure to obtain additional information. These techniques are considered basic static analysis, to be contrasted with disassembly, which is advanced static analysis. I'm going to demonstrate some of these in detail later, but do note that even though I'll be doing so manually, initially our goal will be to automate the extraction of the static information so that we can use it in our machine learning. First thing I'm going to do in order to perform static analysis is obtain a collection of malware. There's a nice repository on GitHub called the Zoo, which you can clone, and contains a pretty diverse collection of samples. Since these are real malware samples, do exercise caution and use your lab when performing your analysis. Having downloaded it, I'm going to expose one of the binary files in there, which is the executable for a famous ransomware named WannaCry. The password is the usual infected. With that accomplished, I'm going to use a built-in Windows hashing utility to compute the hash of the file. And since there are many hashing functions out there, I will specify SHA-256, which is one of the commonly used ones nowadays. So that's how you hash a file. Next, I'm going to extract the embedded strings. To that end, I'm going to download the strings utility for Windows. And we can see that there are a lot of options for how to run strings depending on what you're interested in. For instance, longer or shorter strings. I'm going to redirect my output into a file. Evidently, a lot of the strings are not informative to the human eye. However, if you keep looking, you will see informative strings. Our approach, however, will be to apply machine learning and NLP in particular to analyze and use these strings as features. Next up is understanding the PE header. See you there.